Hello, COE. Welcome back to another incredible day in this amazing event, bro. We're back with another game for Championship Saturday, the last game to decide our grand finalists. MREC dominating the scene with incredible scores against Rudge just now, and it's going to be MALISZEWSKI and ASecretBox to duke it out for their spot in the grand finals.
Yeah, MALISZEWSKI, of course, was the runner-up last year, looking to go one-up again this time. Box, though, also had a great run last year as well, finishing in 4th place. He's looking to bump this up here, but of course, these two are two players that know each other very well from the online tournament scene, playing against each other many times and with each other many times.
Yes.
But this one's on business. No friendliness here.
Yes, they've been around for a very long time. They've competed against each other for a very long time. They're very familiar with each other's strengths and weaknesses. And I think although it's normal to have a favorite in this, obviously MALISZEWSKI having taken him down before and having made it to the grand finals last year, I think it's still safe to say that this could still be very close. ASecretBox has done really solid in this tournament. And so I hope to see that translate into a really exciting series.
Yeah, hopefully so. It's one of those matchups where the skill types of both players do have quite a nice little dynamic going on. MALISZEWSKI, well known for very, very strong hidden control and great on those more gimmickier maps, whereas ASecretBox has brilliant mechanics and great speed. So on a pool like this, where the difficulty of it is incredibly high, you can really flex that a lot. And the pick spans and protects are going to be super interesting. I think that will dictate a lot of how this one goes.
Yeah, and you can see on the score statistics here, ASecretBox has not even touched that DT pool just yet. And that does bring into consideration how comfortable he does feel. This map pool is extremely difficult in many different aspects on that double time pool. But MALISZEWSKI, 914k on that DT1 is really scary and very noteworthy, especially it being 10.5. That does bring into question the potential of a DT3 pocket pick for MALISZEWSKI, depending on how comfortable he feels on that speed. But the rest of this pool is very much up to contention here. They have very different clashes on different options. I mean, this hidden pool, Box outshining him on that hidden 3, having also very close statistics on these other maps. And although he doesn't have the lead on most of these, I think it being close enough, that average score is really thing to mention, right? Yeah. 670,000 average versus 650. It does bring into consideration how close can this really get.
I think the way that Box has been playing on some of those hidden picks make this really interesting on these hidden maps. Between these two, it should be a great exhibition. The protects, though, the first two maps in the list, Nomod 1 and Nomod 2, are going to be guaranteed to be staying alive here. I'm
glad that we'll be seeing Jashin and Highscore surviving that ban phase. They're both very iconic and really fun maps to watch. So I'm sure the viewers are very excited to know that that will be, at the very least, picked at some point during this series. And
Box in the chat, man. The reaction to that Nomod 1. You have to hit some jumps, mate. There's some point here. I hope you're ready.
Sorry to say. Yeah. Unfortunately, there's a lot of aim in this map pool. The insert slot 1 is have all extremely wide angle aim sections that are going to be a little bit more difficult for the mouse enjoyers in this tournament. But I know he's got plenty of other really solid options in this event. You've got maps that are also very contentious here. Big question marks. ASecretBox usually quite fond of rocking that hidden, but against a player like MALISZEWSKI, I feel like that's one usual strength that unfortunately won't nearly be as valuable in this matchup.
No, I think the hidden pool in this matchup is very well contested, especially with how much control is in there. Both hidden 2 and hidden 3 are brutal control maps. Different sort of disciplines there, but with that control, you'd think MALISZEWSKI would love those sorts of maps, but like I say, Box he's been quite fond of that hidden 3 in some of the matchups, maybe against other opponents though. Perhaps not really here, which is why it's not protected this time around.
Yeah, and these bans as well are pretty substandard so far. You've got ASecretBox unfortunately banning out the Nomod 4 original here, not wanting to deal with MALISZEWSKI shenanigans on that tech prowess, and a Hard Rock 1 ban as well from ASecretBox, which does interest me, probably a response to that Nomod 1 protect, maybe much more afraid of MALISZEWSKI's jump in potential this event than usual, but MALISZEWSKI straight away going with the proven idea that aim will be a big deal for this player, going with the hidden 1 pick to start. DT2 and DT3 banned from MALISZEWSKI as well. not daring to go close to that raw tapping mechanics.
No, not quite. But with this hidden one, it's definitely on the speedier side. It's the speed aim pick for the most part. 250 BPM with quite a decent speed element to it. There's like a long circular space stream in the first third. But the way these two have been playing, I don't think that's going to be too much of a factor on this lovely custom map mapped by the one and only Miss Magius.
Yes, a legendary mapper joining us here for the map pool. COE, make some noise for your final semifinals game as we decide our solidified top 4 and grand finalists in turn. MALISZEWSKI and ASecretBox, hidden one to start. Let's do this.
Let's go. Great start here from Malice though with the early break there from Box, but it's so early on. This map nearly 4 minutes long, plenty of time for that to change. The harder patterns and those technical patterns as well that come in later mix things up quite a bit over its length.
Yeah, I think a ton of volatility in some of these patterns as well. They do shift in styles. You have some of that really heavy, strong aim sections with a lot of jumps, a lot of wide angles, a lot of chaos in that ensuing as ASecretBox and Malish do trade breaks in concession. However, this accuracy game from MALISZEWSKI is going to be very, very noteworthy here. A quarter of the way through, another miss from ASecretBox, giving MALISZEWSKI that combo lead and a 20,000 score lead for the Polish Wonder Kid ahead by the first quarter.
So far, this pick looking pretty good for them so far. Just a few little aiming contingencies from Box setting him back. I mean, the way the reaction to that aim perhaps maybe found in here, but with the other maps being very different sorts of styles, that could be different later on. But on this speedier pick, Malice looking really good.
Yeah, a lot of mechanical tapping into this. Those really rapid doubles can cause a lot of stress. Big stream. MALISZEWSKI survives, and so does ASecretBox. But a little bit of accuracy drop there from Malish will even out this accuracy battle. And so combo is all that is to play for right now with the expanding tech section. Some extra bursts, some extra finicky passes, a lot of sliders as well. ASecretBox will fall, traded by Malish very quickly on afterwards. Halfway through, the key sliders hit from both sides, and it's going to be a bloodbath on this tech halfway mark for this map.
Yeah, 50k is a decent lead. It's not unassailable though. Another break there for Box though. At this point, every little break is going to hurt. It's traded by MALISZEWSKI. This is a tenuous lead, it has to be said, but the aim has looked so good for Malice so far. He's definitely looked like a bit more comfortable on this sort of style today.
Yeah. Unfortunately for ASecretBox, he's not really been able to establish that big defining factor that can get him that lead, that advantage to hold on to. He's been just on the back foot throughout this entire series. And the moment there's been a small advantage, it's been given away by his own hands, unfortunately. Another miss from him as we get into some extra slider-intensive patterns next to the next quarter coming through. MALISZEWSKI still looks impervious on these slider aim patterns. And as Box crumbles, it's MALISZEWSKI to come out on top, although a miss, still making this look stylish.
That's one of the harder parts of the map for sure. Just the odd miss there for Malice, but the rest of that was so clean. Now he's up to the 100k lead, and now that is pretty secure here. So the first of the hidden picks in this matchup, looking like it's going to go to the Polish player. Very different sorts of hidden maps left, but on the aim hidden, yeah, he's got this one on lock, hasn't he?
Yeah, he does. It's very much secured by now. This late into a map this long, 80,000 score, incredibly ahead. Unfortunately, ASecretBox, despite building up this combo lead later on, it's too little too late for the Australian.
It's a great ending though here from Box. Though a 300 combo through this final drop. Some of the brutal aim coming in here, but he has locked in really well. I say it's too little too late, but that is a great way to end the map, and he can take that momentum into his next pick.
At the very least, a bit of a morale boost. A good way to warm himself up. Cleanly hits that ending stream. Box may fall, but he's definitely gone out with a bang on this opening pick.
For sure. In the end, though, definitely on the speedier hidden, looking pretty good there, Malice. The remaining aim maps could be a shot for them, but, you know, one's in DT, one's in Hard Rock. Very different disciplines there.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, one's in Nomod, sorry. Nomod and DT.
Yeah.
If anyone's left. Very different disciplines to what we just played.
Either way, ASecretBox is going straight for the jugular. Instantly wanting to guarantee himself that return pick. Nomod 2 has been locked. Jashin, a fan favorite, as I've heard throughout this event. Everyone very fond of seeing our players duke it out.
It's been a popular one, this, hasn't it? We've seen it quite a few times, man. They're giving them what they want.
Oh, some cute little dialogue. I love how wholesome the dynamic is with all these players. Everybody's so fond of each other. Everyone's such a great friend.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially, like I say, Malice and Box, two of the most wholesome people in the community. They are they're such lovely people.
They're so sweet, man.
Yeah.
Anybody mean to these guys, I'll beat you up by my own hands. Mark my words. But who cares? It's them who are going to be fighting instead. It's going to be Jashin, Nomod 2, the protect pick of a ASecretBox. Desperate to guarantee himself at least 1 point on the board to equalize.
240 streams for the name of the game. Huge diff spikes, but if you can hit those spikes, the rest of it's much more doable. So nail those and you get big reward for it.
Yeah. On top of that, I think this map is incredibly spiky as well. We have some particular patterns, especially towards the opening of the KI times, where those heavy space streams are seriously noteworthy. And of course, we've seen players be able to nicely execute on the first 2 KI times, but the final one towards the very end is the real hype factor. Even so, wouldn't be surprised to see the crowd get crazy over that first GI time as we see the first spike stream hit. Both players sadly falling, but it will be a ASecretBox ahead by a whole 2 accuracy, and now a bit ahead on that miscount too. MALISZEWSKI with a consecutive miss after missing on the space stream. That stamina is hitting him slightly, although he's got a hidden FC of himself. I remember him telling me privately this slight part that's happening is something that he needs to refine on the basis of when he knows he's playing it. It's very, very difficult to maintain unless you are a signature tapping player. And ASecretBox all too familiar with maps like these.
Yeah, Malice ain't too far behind though on the axe side. Hitting those streams, you can see the cursor shaking quite a bit. Definitely having to push through it, but he held the axe pretty well. We'll see how the stamina holds as this map keeps on going. It does not stop with these streams.
More
Box
streams
though.
coming in, a big section noteworthy here. Box.
Big.
Surgical. MALISZEWSKI though is trailing, also hitting that fully. And so ASecretBox knows that he is being chased. Combo only behind by about 40. As we get into the next stream section here, much heavy on the stamina. You hope that MALISZEWSKI can hold, but he can't. Box may trade, but it's the act battle again, proving to be the superior factor in this map. As we get halfway through, there may not be any significant combos, but it's going to be a very defining lead for ASecretBox.
Yeah, this is a proper tussle, man. This is a war of attrition. These streams on the miscounts are very even, but that was a big break from Box as we get into a slower part here, Shiba. That's a brilliant time to have a combo lead on this.
Just a little bit late on the end of that stream. Leads to a few misses from ASecretBox, making that act advantage much less potent than he'd hope.
All Malice needs to do really is keep his nerve, and he should close that gap up by quite a bit. We do have a little bit to go before we hit the big clip farm stream, the death stream of all death streams. But by the time we get there, it should be pretty close if these combos stay where they are.
MALISZEWSKI's combo lead is noteworthy here. We're seeing that score difference decrease. Yeah. It was 25k not too long ago as we get into another stamina section. MALISZEWSKI always known to have struggled a little bit on this factor of stamina, but it's all him to hold strong. And he does. As we get into the stacks to slow down and build up this potentially map-defining combo.
It's going to come down to hitting this pattern. I mean, if anyone hits it at all, it's amazing. With this pressure, this is a huge moment for both of these two. Box on this flow aim is always going to be a threat, but Malice can combo game these like almost no one else. Even with the act drops, he just hold that combo, and that might be all you need on this.
And he's got time to regain that stamina to go all or nothing into that ending stream. Flow aim isn't a question for either of these players. It's merely that BPM that separates them. MALISZEWSKI is a man known to have combo gamed amongst the hardest speed challenges he's faced. It's his turn now to flip the script, a small lack drop, but still the combo going as we get into nearly 1,000. Here is the spike. MALISZEWSKI holds on despite losing accuracy. ASecretBox will fall, but this accuracy still nearly 2% ahead. He's not been able to exchange it.
That was a great attempt at combo gaming that though. You saw the stream of 100s, but he just holds on. Another big stream here, the big break there from Box. And Malice combo in this, the hundreds are dropping, which does not matter.
So much shakes from Malice, but he's just barely standing. This is why you need to fear him on everything. No weakness or not, MALISZEWSKI can make it happen. These act drops, it might go too far. Box has that combo game, but is there enough? This act has gone down to nearly 3% difference, and score v3 is far less forgiving when accuracy is not your priority. And so this combo game might not mean a thing. Unfortunately for MALISZEWSKI, a great effort, but not enough to upset the Stream Demon.
We are all square. It's one apiece. Game on, Shiba. That Nomod 2 coming in strong for Box.
Look at that miscount from MALISZEWSKI.
Wow, actually, that single miscount on this dude.
That is insane, man.
But at the end of the day, accuracy is king on laser scoring, and Box with his AC held on so well. Malice combo game like a madman, but the 100s and 50s just weren't enough to beat a player like Box with that 96.6%. Very
Look
solid.
at this, fully hitting that stream despite the AC drops. And it was just that single whiff afterwards on the second stream that led to the slip. He almost had everything in the palm of his hands, and I won't lie to you, Doomsday. Had he kept that combo and not had that one miss after hitting everything, it could have been curtains on the breakpoint there.
Yeah, it was fine margins on the aim there, but hitting so much that spike is commendable in its own right. But here comes the Protect to respond, the Nomod 1. Malice's signature move, the Nomod aim map.
Nomod 1.
Yep.
Highscore, we've seen quite a few amazing scores on this map, most notably a 1-100 FC by Emrek himself yesterday in his match against Bubbleman. MALISZEWSKI looking to maybe shine the spotlight on himself and bring some flair on this map as well.
Yeah, you sharing those fries, man? I haven't had lunch yet.
I'd be so down for some fries. I did have a little bit of brunch, though.
I'm catching up, man. I'm going to have a nice big dinner later to make up for it. Here we go. Nomod 1. It's a classic song in the OC community, but this is a remap, much harder, much more built in like the modern era, like APOC and 0PP and Osu collab.
And mapped very faithfully as well. You know, the iconic Highscore that we all know and love, having very similar styling to this one, courtesy of APOC's wisdom in that field. It's been a classic in this tournament, very, very often picked, with loads of incredible spikes, particularly towards the midway mark, where those wide triangle jumps, those big cross screen back and forth. It is an incredible aim challenge, but for our players, we have some very stacked aim demons, and both these players are no exception. This being MALISZEWSKI's pick, we have high expectations.
Box wasn't too confident in the chat, but he has crazy aim as well on these just raw aim picks. But regardless, he's the first one to break here. Malice, though, I don't think he's dropped a single 100 in the last 2 plays he's done on this.
I was going to say, in these first 2 runs that he's had in this tournament, he has made it very far into this map without dropping a single 100. Sometimes even having that miss be the only mitigator of accuracy. And ASecretBox, unfortunately, falling down, losing that combo. Now it's up to MALISZEWSKI to bring out the style point. Sadly, no SS continued, but that's not really what we're here for, are we? We need to see this big combo held strong as MALISZEWSKI will cleanly go through this first third.
No problems there, but that middle spike is coming up, the hardest part of the map, the big triangles in just a moment. At the moment, though, Box needs to hit this to really have a good chance here. But how far can Malice take this run right now?
How far can he go? He can do it for sure. He's done it before. Here we go into the triangles, one of the biggest parts of the map done. Box will fall again, and it's MALISZEWSKI to fly very high into this big cross down. Fortunately, unable to nail down the full combo, but it's 99.7 AC and a colossal 100,000 score lead halfway through this map already, Doomsday.
Yeah, that is a huge lead here. The big screen jumps coming in now, and he's still got that combo lead.
Wow.
Box going in on these as well, though.
Wow.
All of this section.
This is incredible. Look at them both popping off. The mouse drift may sting for Box, but MALISZEWSKI still looking to wow the crowd with some crazy consistency on these jumps.
Yeah, Box was so close to hitting that whole section as well. But regardless, MALISZEWSKI has owned this map whenever he's picked it. And once again, this is a dominating performance on the raw aim.
It doesn't even need to be combo game, even though it's very reliant on it. This AC difference, although arguably by 1.5%, the scaling of how high this AC is seriously goes to show that incredible consistency that Mash has. 99.85, only a single 100 and a single miss. Watching the Box, he's seen the break and he knows, unfortunately, that he's facing a demon far too big on this one.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't too confident when it got the protect. So it turns out that prophecy is coming to pass here for Malice, but it just does not drop a clanger on maps like this. His fundamental ability on raw aim is just so consistent. And honestly, he just seems to get more comfortable in this every time he plays it. And this is the third time he's had the practice on it. And he just looks so solid.
Beautifully aimed there as well. ASecretBox looking to try and once again die with a smile, having this really strong ending combo. Sadly missing on the 1-2s. But MALISZEWSKI, as far as we know, is still holding on to just a single miss. The back and forth, excellent. It's MALISZEWSKI to barely full combo the ending. It is masterful. 2 misses.
2 misses.
Goodness me.
I think that's the lowest miss count he's had so far, if I'm not mistaken on it. He's getting ever so closer. That's another play with no 100s pound? Oh, it must have been like a 50 or something. He definitely dropped ASec earlier, but still, best miscount he's got so far. He's only getting stronger on that.
Probably a slider end miss, I guess.
It must have been a slider end then, yeah. Because on laser, they don't quite count as 100s, but they still count towards your ASec. Good attempt though by Box as well, the 650k. Just not enough against Malice, really.
Yeah, very clear that ASecretBox is very swiftly confident in going into this next pick into the Hard Rock 3. A COE original, one of 3 incredible originals that we have at this event. Astrophyllite, produced by the incredible Naiko and Kashpa. I hope they're in the crowd here to enjoy their own magic. Hello, Naiko, I see you over there. Kashpa is also, I believe, nearby. This one being an incredible challenge as well on that alt control. Loads of volatile patterning. Some extreme brutality on some bits as well, although it's CS 5.2, a little more comfortable, not nearly too precise. Pretty box standard in that regard. Yeah. 4 minutes of this control difficulty. ASecretBox last time was infallible on this, but here gets MALISZEWSKI. He's aiming at the king, Doomsday.
Yeah, this is a matchup with just 2 absolute demons on Hard Rock Tech. This map, I suppose, you can compare it to the Zenji's map in Nomod 4. That one is faster, more on the sort of mechanical side of tech, but this one far more on just the particularly gimmick control aspects. Lots of tricky rhythm in this, odd rhythm, offbeat stuff that you need to be a lot more precise for and careful on, rather than being pure speed. It's quite low BPM for the most part, 173. For this pull, it's pretty slow, but the control makes up for it in spades.
Yeah, you'll be seeing a lot of different types of patterning here. You'll be seeing a lot of stacked doubles. You'll be seeing a lot of rapid finger control, volatile flow, different spaces, twists and turns. The map has it all.
Here we go, it's starting to kick off now. It's been a favorite for both these two, so I was really looking forward to seeing this. 99% so far from Malice, but 98 chasing from Box. He will not let this one go.
Just some early accuracy jitters here from ASecretBox. Both players excellent on this combo game. As those wiggles cleanly hit as well. Another big pattern there landed. Very important. There's a particular section midway through this map, I believe towards the end of Ski time, that has a midway cross in and outwards sensor pattern that's really trippy and difficult. And I can imagine both players very well practiced on it, but on stage, it's a whole different beast to conquer. Both players still excellent on this combo game. The flow aim intensifying over time as it gradually goes into some snaps.
Yeah, those little offbeat snaps are no joke. The angles they take are tricky as well, but still no big breaks from either player. Nearly 99% from Malice right now is just absurd.
Very good. Oh, there's ASecretBox. He's going to fall on one of the gaining patterns. That's going to intensify as it gradually goes up. Space Stream there, hit from Malice Stream. Sliders also hit. Space Stream there, some act drops, but still combo as we go into those quad cuts.
Yeah, Box dropping some of these patterns now, though, finding a couple breaks, but Malice, no such thing as we get to this halfway point.
Oh my word.
These patterns do not let up, not at a single point. These angle changes are so nasty, but finally the FC drops. 100k of lead.
On a map like this, took you long enough, huh? This map crazy difficult. There's the mid-cross pattern. Both players very clearly had plenty of practice on that. Nicely done from both our players, but sadly for ASecretBox, his pick not going to fruition. 96 sack as we get into the last quarter. MALISZEWSKI 2% ahead as we get into the rapid doubles. More sources of potential act drops here. MALISZEWSKI may lose this act a little bit, but he's still holding cleanly to this combo. 300 and gaining as the spinner is in. Break soon to be shown, and Box sadly will have to watch as Malish does it again. Don't look at his score, please. Put your hands on your knees, please. Do not do a thing. No, yes, I see you. Easy. Ah, stop it. Ah, you broke it. You're banned. You're banned. All right, here we go.
We're so cooked, man.
Back to the game, right?
Yeah.
Just as we get to the very ending, this part, easily the hardest throughout this, right? Extremely extra space, these angles. Not nearly as easy as it was before, still very brutal, but extra spacing applied. Some slider difficulty as well. A little bit intensifying on that range and size of these sliders. ASecretBox sallies the ball again, as MALISZEWSKI is again, like last map, tearing it to shreds, like it's just another walk in the park.
It's absolutely insane. Seeing that ending drop is just absurd. 900k, possibly, for Malice?
Wow.
Wow. That's crazy.
One miss! One miss, Doomsday! And it was arguably on not too much, really, from my memory at least. Wow.
It was like near the middle, really. I think it was on one of the harder parts, but I think some of the harder parts were really outside of those sections. That was a Malice masterclass, if I've ever seen it. Oh, mate. Box looked so good on that as well, though, especially in the first half. Both players holding FC to the halfway point on that was just so good to watch. But the second half definitely caught him out a bit.
Hey, you got caught. Yeah, you thought you were going to get on camera. Look, the production, I've got you, huh?
Caught in 4K.
I'm very glad that the... Oh, wait, stop it. It's over. It's over, bro. Give up. Give up. I love the crowd. Thank you, crowd, for being the incredible personalities that you are.
Give yourselves a round of applause.
I'll be saying it plenty, but it's such an incredible honor to be in front of such an amazing bunch. This event has been, I'd like to call the mecca of OS, this Brabanthallen Theatre, as we have many more maps to show and hopefully have our players show off as we get into a fan favorite. MALISZEWSKI has picked down.
We're going down. Yaxo 3, the classic, very quickly becoming a classic here. And such an iconic artist in such a short period of time, with just some of the absolute banger maps that are coming out for this artist. And the tunes, man, big fan of the style. Sounds great on this sound system we have here as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful bass. This map, 5 minutes long, but such a fun trip that it only feels like a short moment. Tons of control from many different aspects. Space cuts, rapid control, some snappy, awkward, angled parts in this first GI time, which is arguably the hardest part of this map. As there's a very early miss here slipped from MALISZEWSKI. ASecretBox will have this early combo advantage, but this is very early days. Plenty of moments for both players to slip, especially with this first GI time coming in, being really, really brutal.
Just hand a little bit of lead for Box to work with before we get into those hard parts, though. So good start here for the Aussie.
Yeah, last time Box played this, he was very much a promising standard, almost full comboing the entire hard cut section at the very end. Although I do believe that he did miss on this part coming up soon. Let's hope that this time he can change the fate. Twist and turn streams to build up, has tripped up a few players surprisingly. Not caught by surprise this time. Space quad cuts here. The snap triangles cleanly hit from both players. As we get into the first GI time here, look at these angles. It is revolting. Arguably you could call anti-mouse, but last time Box was looking excellent on this map. And so far so good as both players continue to hold on to their combos, hit the face stream as the next section comes in.
Yeah, I don't know how you don't mouse drift up the face of the earth playing these patterns, but Box is not a normal player. Both players hit
beautiful.
That though. Both of them. Insane.
Beautifully done from both our players. Now it's time for the long build-ups. Let's see if they can survive the cut streams.
Does that really just feel like a greatest hits of just iconic ult patterns? Going from one to the other. So many patterns here reminiscent of tech maps of the past. These snappy doubles here though, these snappy at 1-4 jumps are no joke either.
Such a titan of a map. That's a massive miss caught in the middle there MALISZEWSKI slipping just a little bit too early on that reverse slider onto the stack. And now it's ASecretBox holding onto a 4-digit combo and potentially a big, big lead to follow.
1.2k combo, this is getting ludicrous here from Box. 1.3k combo, and that lead is growing. There's the break,
down he
though.
goes.
Brilliant combo. The lead from Malice, though, keeping him in this game. 25k is not that far, but he has work to do.
Keeping it very, very close still. 22,000 score for ASecretBox, merely courtesy of this combo. For MALISZEWSKI soon to eclipse that 99% accuracy mark. ASecretBox needs to find a way to keep up and not continue slipping. Not only in that combo, but not falling up on any of those stacks. Those snap jumps there hit as we get into the twisting quads. 50s drop from ASecretBox again. Not what you want, but what more important is that you hold on. Incredibly snappy, incredibly precise. ASecretBox will fall, and it's MALISZEWSKI's turn to flip the script into his side.
Yeah, these quads, man, he's so strong on them. He dropped some 50s on the last one, but no breaks, and that is 800 combo, man. The lead is back with the pole. What a comeback there through the middle part.
Still hasn't eclipsed that max combo from Box, I believe being about 1200. But MALISZEWSKI sees the break and is laser focused. Only 1,000 score difference. His turn now to flip it comfortably in his favor. ASecretBox really needs to hope for a miss soon. We are going into that single triple cut difficulty section, which is the peak of its difficulty. Last time ASecretBox played this, he nearly full comboed the whole bloody thing. And now this is a time where he's gonna have to do it again in the face of a terrifying MALISZEWSKI combo. As here we go, into the cuts, an early miss from MALISZEWSKI with only 40k left to go. It's all up to ASecretBox to hold his nerve, and he can't do it. Miscounts to follow, accuracy only becoming more and more of a burden that ASecretBox might not be able to shoulder. More and more misses coming in as it's 20,000 score now in favor of MALISZEWSKI.
17k, you have plenty of patterns to go, but the difficulty definitely coming down now. No pun intended. 30 combo is not really enough here for Box. He needs another choke.
Just a tiny bit left. Is there really any chance? Is there really anything here towards the very end that can make or break this? Both our players far more comfortable. These cuts not nearly as difficult as what they've dealt with. Is there any room to slip? Is there any hope left here for ASecretBox to make the upset? So little time left and such a scary score lead to face. The combo dead even. Accuracy has been the savior for MALISZEWSKI as his recovery has kept him afloat.
You need a beat.
The act game, so strong there for MALISZEWSKI, but in the end it's a 5 miss, 7 miss on the side of Box. Both those miscounts impeccable. Great plays on those control patterns there from both of them.
Look at this, incredible. Look, we'll see the detail of the miss coming in here from Box. Oh, just under-aiming on that slider. That's all that it was. Oh, Box. I love you to pieces, man. What a legend. Great to make it entertaining. What a close map that was, Doomsday.
That was a great attempt from Box on that. 1.3k combo beats almost anyone else in this tournament, man. But no malice, not on this day. And really, it was the accuracy that made that point work for him. But more hidden on the way. Box
Hoshi there
with the low approach rate hidden.
Oh, this is a challenge made here from ASecretBox.
Oh, yeah.
Once again, you aim at the king, you best not miss. This has been one of MALISZEWSKI's strongest maps throughout this tournament. Having a peak of, I believe, like, what, 780k? What are these gamma settings? Damn, Malish.
My God.
He's on it.
How can he can't see anything. Dude's playing with his monitor off at that point, come on.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, it's a low approach rate, but it's not your usual sort of low approach rate thing. You might see like an AR8 map with maybe 6 stars. This is 8 stars. AR 8.8, which maybe is not super low on like most maps, but on these sorts of patterns, these really horrible doubles and quads, the awkward patterning by ASecretBox here, that AR is low enough to mean that you need to be a very good hidden control player to really even attempt this. Many people have said this is the hardest map in the entire pool, and the scores we've seen so far show that.
It would be a fair argument. Although many of these maps in this pool has been revoltingly difficult, this one stands out. Very, very few able to scratch over 500k. Emrek recently actually having just barely scratched over it. I believe still MALISZEWSKI has the highest score of about 780k, I believe, if my memory serves to my favor. So far, so good though from ASecretBox here. This actually lead is very strong, although he loses on this accuracy. 99 just under is a really promising start here, although these misses are going to sting very bad. Already back down to 7,000 score difference. MALISZEWSKI may miss that combo, but he's trailing very closely in this first quarter of the map.
Yeah, the Accolade doing work for Box this time around. Both players finding a few breaks here and there, but that just comes with the territory on this map. It's that hard, but as long as you can hold on to these bursts and these control patterns, keep your ACK, that can do you so much work outside of just combo gaming.
Yeah, this map previously used as a free mod 3 for the grand finals of the OS World Cup 2024. ASecretBox ironically being too familiar with this map, having to have faced a red hot United States team alongside his brethren from Australia. But there's a good reason why this is only hidden. It, with Nomod and Hard Rock, arguably a lot easier. The poor hidden players had to deal a lot of shenanigans with this map. And it being hidden on here serves that purpose very well. As both players may be trading a lot of misses, a lot of trades, accuracy also very close. But I believe overall this combo game from ASecretBox has kept that lead very comfortably at about 25k. MALISZEWSKI, uncharacteristically struggling here a little bit, unable to get his foot off the starting point in terms of this combo. Halfway through the map, 96.7 accuracy, not the type of play that we would usually expect from him.
I mean, I think a lot of those ACK drops are right at the start, but apart from that, they've been trading fairly evenly. Big ACK drops though again from MALISZEWSKI. Both players though trading quite a lot. Box just doing what he needs to do, but the ending here with some really hard overlapping stream patterns where the hidden really becomes horrible on this. Malice kicking here.
MALISZEWSKI seemingly has woken up now. He's landing a lot more notes, a lot more combos. ASecretBox slipping away. It's his map to lose here as we get some more spacing, but there, another miss from MALISZEWSKI. ASecretBox barely holding on for dear life as we get into the latter quarters of the map. So little time left, but so little score to flip. Another miss here from MALISZEWSKI. It's not his round on this one. Not the standard we'd usually know, but it's ASecretBox to capitalize wonderfully with a really solid score to hold strong.
Yeah, hitting that very last burst pattern, actually no joke. 20k of lead, still plenty of hard patterns to go. This is not over yet. That can flip very quickly, and there's a break from Box.
He's picked despite him being on paper the underdog of this. He's not letting that deter him. Just barely surviving on the stream. A lot of misses, but it's a trade from both sides. I think as we get to the very ending, not much room left here. ASecretBox, he's missing, he's slipping away. ASecretBox, there is no way. I cannot believe it. At the very end, when it looked done, it's been flipped back. MALISZEWSKI takes it. Oh, what? What is that? That's not right. There we go. What? Oh, there we go. Oh my gosh. Nate! The map was in your hands, Box. It was right there.
Oh my god, I just saw...
Oh, a heartbreaking loss.
I just saw a robbery right in front of my eyes. He was ahead of the entire map. The last hard stream, nailed by Malice, and Box unfortunately dropping a couple misses, man. That's so unlucky. That was a heartbreaking way to drop a point, but Malice, man, he just never lets his head drop. Always stayed in the game, and all it takes is one pattern to flip the whole script.
Dear, oh dear, bless his heart. I wouldn't be surprised if it was the nerve of the hope that he might have just broken away with it. Sadly, not the case. But MALISZEWSKI looking to challenge. It's going to be Stairway to the Universe pick next as his arguable killing blow. And unfortunately, it might just be the case. ASecretBox's score was not too ideal towards the very end. Oh, bless him, it was nerves. You could see on the chat. Missing on the very end due to nerves, and MALISZEWSKI really waking up. Oh, you can see how gobsmacked he is at that.
That was a roller coaster, man. But speaking of roller coasters, here comes another low AR pick, except this one even more gimmicky than the last one we had. It's on Nomod, but it doesn't matter because it's tiny CS, AR8, and some very, very hard aim patterns here.
Last time ASecretBox had to play this, he was facing Rudge, I believe. No, not Rudge. Runny Sunny.
Yeah.
And from what I remember, I believe it was a bit of a close battle here. But knowing ASecretBox on paper, usually very, very strong on these precision maps, especially with that Nomod reading applied. MALISZEWSKI again showing some signs of early struggle, that adjustment period. Important for a player of his skill as well, having a very high tablet area. Need to get himself a little bit more ready for that extreme CS 6.8 for a Nomod precision map is crazy. But it's the mapping that makes this really difficult, Doomsday, doesn't it?
Yeah, particularly the second half as well is even harder than this. The ending is nigh on impossible on a one try unless you are like someone just crazy on precision. I'm sure Boshiman would love this.
Oh yeah. I wonder if Boshiman is in the crowd right now. Give us a wave if you're in the crowd. It'd be really cool if he is here, but he does not. It's alright, he's missing out.
This combo though from both these players, they're popping off right now. 3-0 combo is actually really strong for this. Into the slower part as well.
Oh, that's not good. ASecretBox, look like he's actually getting it. Oh, what? No, it's a misread. Box, don't nerve out again, please, my friend. Don't nerve out.
Well, 40k of lead going into this ending is pretty good considering how brutal this is. If Malice was to pull this back again, he's going to have to do it the hard way.
Absolutely, the high road required for MALISZEWSKI here. ASecretBox now solidifying that 50,000 score lead. Hitting these jumps very nicely as well. Some of the angles on these are really disgusting. Adding on to that snappy style, that snappy pacing, the precision, the finger control extra applied to it too. ASecretBox looks fantastic. He may miss on the very end, but who really cares when MALISZEWSKI is struggling equally as much on these brutal sections. ASecretBox has done great work and he's really bounced back. 82,000 score, hits that full section with many more to go. ASecretBox ends the map in style to get himself a second point on the board.
Now that's my low AR player right there, 700k, take a bow, that is a strong score for this. And he comboed so much of that ending that was absurd on its own. But honestly, considering how that last map went, so good to see him just bounce back immediately. Keeping his head in the game, his positive mental, his strong mental coming to the fore there, he will keep going, and that performance was no joke.
I wonder why we're looking at the prize pool there, that was very interesting on the Wikipedia page.
Oh.
Oh, bless him, having missed and had a bit of a frustrating cursor down to there.
There's boxes.
And that miss as well, I mean, what are we doing? Can't believe it. Oh! Hey!
Look at that athletic crowd. I can't even do one backflip.
I am jealous of such talent. Honestly, everyone here at COE is so talented. Everyone is such a genius, talented person. Every time I speak to somebody, they tell me about this amazing thing that they do, and I'm just like, damn, bro, I'm just a yapper. I couldn't even get close to that level of talent.
Oh, mate.
But with the series now, ASecretBox has gone for that mechanics jugular. Finally, DT has been picked, and it's going to be Weave Detonator, the custom from our beloved Saikyou. Not only an incredible mapper and making a DT favorite, I think. Going to be a very beloved map in the future, I believe. But also the birth mother of Slider Pals series, one of the most popular things that was bought at the COE shop, which I believe is sold out now, if I remember correctly. But either way, if it is still around, go check out the store and maybe get yourself some Slider Pals. Maybe get yourself a secret slider that not many people have.
Yeah, this map's by Saikyou, of course, who is a very old school mapper known for many iconic maps that were very popular on DT back in the day, you know, the early 2010s. And this style really hasn't changed all that much from then. So it does have that old style of angle switching and slightly awkward patterning here and there. With those bursts as well at 270 BPM. They get quite spaced at times.
Yeah, the way Saikyou's map this has really been very artistically done. Very tasteful in that old, faithful style while adding that modern little bit of spice in difficulty as well. These rapid bursts being an example of such. Extreme finger control requirement needed into this. And although this head-to-head might be difficult, MALISZEWSKI has had 900,000 score on this. Box looking to challenge that score and see if he can replicate, if not outshine. As so far, it is excellent from both sides, and SS just barely fallen off now from MALISZEWSKI. Both players holding on to a very high 99%.
Looking like a consistency war right now between these two. They look rock solid on that 270. We'll see how the space bursts go on later on, but so far, impeccable play on this DT1 from them both.
Oh!
Box. First break goes to the opposite.
Falls on those slider jumps after the burst. Not ideal, especially as the difficulty of this map will gradually start gaining. The finger control requirement will be far more brutal than it already has been, and that aim, the angle spacing will increase as it follows. Break being shown, accuracy still being very close, but this combo game from MALISZEWSKI is immense. Space Quints, important to note, very volatile, very scary, still cleanly done here from MALISZEWSKI.
Still holding well with that. There's the
Oh,
break
and it goes.
at the halfway point, but it's traded by Box. So 66k, very solid lead as everything as we said.
Very, very strong. And on the longer spectrum of DT1s as well, base without DT 5 minutes. So about 3 minutes of this is a really draining map. To note as well, that break that we saw was the only break that we'll see in this map. As the difficulty starts to gain up a little bit, these players will get no room to breathe and have no choice but to walk into the fire and hope they can come out with a smile.
Another break there, and they both know that they're basically sitting pretty. Malice just needs to keep his cool, and he's got a spot in that grand final, but still a third of this map to go. Box will not let this one slip. He will threaten on any mistake that Malice makes here.
MALISZEWSKI is sniffing that grand final spot against Emrek, but ASecretBox all too hungry to try and get that opportunity back. Very close in this combo, the difficulty increasing, the finger control, the aim, it's colossal here as a big spike hit from both players. They are both locked the hell in. It is one tiny mistake, one small slip could define the series, and it's ASecretBox to fall, and that will be the curtain call, the victory dance for MALISZEWSKI as his combo holds with magnificent act.
No nerves here. Malice does not mess around. He knows exactly what's required to win tournaments, to get medals, but he is going to be once again in the COE Grand Final. 1 million score. Cool as you like.
Outshining his previous incredible 900,000, solidifying his spot for the first time in COE history, a mirrored rematch.
Yes, the run back, bring it back. It's Malice and Emrek in the Grand Final again.
Give us a round of applause again. ASecretBox looking to, unfortunately, not make it into top 2, but I know he's going to be eager to be facing down Rudge for that opportunity at a bronze medal. And we do know that the podium top 3 do get some very nice prizes alongside the rest of the qualifying players.
Oh, they do. They do. They say it's the lots to play for here, and of course, not to mention for the top 2, the trophy is on the line. But plenty more for these two to fight for later on today. Both those matches are going to be played later on today. So I am stoked for both of those because I think the way it's set up is going to be good for both of those matches.
Oh, yes. I think both of these games have high, high potential. Rudge having exceptional form throughout this event, really breaking the glass ceiling, like we said, that upset victory against Krilla, and genuinely putting up some great scores against Emrek, despite Emrek being the demon that we know him to be.
Yeah.
ASecretBox being no exception, taking 2 maps, nearly 3, off of the MALISZEWSKI. That's how we know these games will be fantastic. We'll be having quite a bit of a break until our next games, as we will have the grand finals on stage for our other lovely modes in Taiko and Mania, I believe, if that's true. I might be wrong.
I believe it's the Taiko final. Is coming
Taiko,
up.
yes.
Yes.
Yes, there we go. Taiko Bronze and Grand Finals game. Ladies and gentlemen, until then, your 1v1 full standard will be taking a bit of a break up until later today at 7:30 p.m. local. Doomsday, it's been a pleasure casting with you, my friend.
Oh,
It's been an honor.
Oh, it's always good, Shiba.
Absolutely.
Always a good time. Really awesome to get another COE cast with you.
Of course.
And get some great games as well. Like, what a match. Fair play to Box, man, and fair play to Malice.
Absolutely,
It was a
man.
great show, man.
With that, we'll close the curtain for now. I've been Sad Shiva, joined by the wonderful Doomsday. If you're at home, watch the ads. Thank you. Mwah. And we'll see you guys later on for our Taiko Grand Finals and Bronze, and then the real standard ending to this incredible event. We'll see you guys soon.